Hey y'all, it's Renee with Renee's Chalk and Craze. Look what I'm going to do with this cute little wooden bunny I got at Hobby Lobby. If you're careful, you can catch him 40% off. I'm using cheap acrylic paints. I'm going to base coat it in white, and as you can see, it's just hit and miss on this layer. You just kind of get a little bit on there where you can. Then you're going to dry this. It has to be thoroughly dried between each step. I've dried it, and now I'm going to add my base colors. And these can be your choice. Again, cheap acrylic paint will work. And you just mix them up on this little bunny. You see I'm adding some green, and I'm going to add some of this really cute, well, it's not really a pink. It's kind of a peach. But it's beautiful and vintage looking. I'm going to be sure I cover the whole bunny, and then I'm going to dry him really well after this coat as well. The key to this all is making sure you dry it really well. Then I'm going to add a thick coat of cheap hairspray, and I'm going to dry it and add a second thick coat of hairspray and dry it. After both coats of hairspray are thoroughly dry, you're going to want to use a little bit better chalk paint for this top coat. So I got Waverly at Walmart. And you're going to want to generously coat the top. Get this all over there. Being sure you cover all of it with this one. I even painted the edges with this. Just because I wanted that part to look finished. Once I get this done, I will take my blow dryer. And you will be able to see it crack as I dry it with the blow dryer. This is so much fun to do. And it makes it look so vintage. You can do this on anything, any piece of wood. See how it's cracking? I love the way it crackles. But that's not the end of it. We're going to make him look even older. Once I get him thoroughly dry, and I know this seems counterproductive, but we're going to use fingernail brushes, a scraper, water, and some paper towel. And this is the fun part because you can make it look any way you want it. You're going to spray a small area with a little bit of water. You're either going to use your fingernail brush and scrape it. And you just pull that paint off. That's what you're wanting to do. You want to pull that white paint off just a little bit to show those colors underneath. You can also use your paint scraper. I like to use it around the edges especially. So as I move around the bunny, I wet it. I may just use the scraper. I may use the fingernail brush. But I'm going to uncover pieces of those underneath pretty vintage colors as I go. Once I get it to where I want it, you know me, I'm going to take the Tim Holtz Distressing ink. And I'm going to distress the heck out of those edges. And maybe even a little bit over the parts that I scratched loose in the middle. Just gives him a vintage vibe. After I get this done, I'm going to chalk on him. And I have chosen the colors Guava and Eucalyptus because they're soft vintage colors. And he's going to be so cute. Look how vintagey he looks. Add a little bow and some greenery and voila. For the cart link, comment bunny.